Hey everyone, good morning to those that are joining us with this webinar here. A couple things I want you to understand is number one, this is actually the webinar for the training rules of Magic, and so I want you to grab a piece of paper and pen to write these topics down that we're going to cover today, and understand that again this is a process that I want you to understand that's involved for those that are looking to expound on your trading career. So number one, the first step in getting started is if you're brand new to Forex or you're just barely getting started. Big thing is when you're trading. Trading is actually kind of like opening up your own business. It's all about being accountable for your trade or your business and how you want to pursue the actual markets. And either you want to trade for a living, or if you want to be a money manager, or whatever you want to do, accountability is the first step. Okay, so for instance, taking responsibility of trades, realize Forex is something that has risk and rewards. So meaning that there's certain strategies that are indicative of future results, meaning that nothing is guaranteed. But there's a mentality that you can gain if you're educated. You know reasons why you're entering the market, or why you're using Magic, or why you're doing certain things. Then, like I said, then your odds go in your favor. So accountability is basically being responsible of your trade or your business itself, and how you want to be educated about the market, also your trades, if you're trading demo or live. Okay. Number two, money management. A big part of your trades are going to be based on statistics. So for instance, the euro dollar, we talked about trading opportunities with the euro dollar this week, but if like I said, every trade doesn't have to work out. Okay, so you want to look at statistics, you want to have odds, your money management. So it's not like you go big, you go home, saying, okay, well, this trend line is awesome, and I'm going to go ahead and put a trade, put my whole risk. But if it goes a negative 2 points against me, then I'm margined out, or I blow up my account. Okay, but if you have a point system, or you're basing things on a percentage risk, so let's say that you already managed to say, okay, well, if I get in here and my stop loss is right here, then I can, if I'm basing my risk of my account on 1%, then that would give you the lot size that you should or could trade with. Okay, it gives you the option. Or you could look at a point system saying, okay, well, if I have very small lot sizes, okay, and my statistic of these trades are, I expect these trades work out 80% of the time, or I have a bigger take profit than stop losses, or some other type of mentality involved. If your money management's in check, then, or the actual point system, then you can look at your whole week saying, okay, well, I lost 200 points this week, but I gained overall 600 points. Then you can look at a point system to keep your emotions out of the trade. Okay. Number three, the next training rule that I want you to understand is testing. Big part with the accountability part is with smiley faces and all sorts of testing. Make sure you put your key, reset authentication. If you reinstalled it or uninstalled it, then put it on a new computer, or you're doing certain things to test things out to make sure everything's functional. Either your computer's falling asleep, that means you need to change your setting on your computer, or you have a VPS server that you want to put on there. We can show you how to do that as well. Have a VPS server, so Magic is constantly connected to your broker. Just make sure you have internet connection, and testing with your trades. Like I said, you want to test things out either on a strategy tester. You're using a demo account, testing how Magic actually operates and what commands do what in the market. Get familiar with it. Like I said, the actual trading tool is a trigger device, and it sends a signal. So the actual program itself is already proven itself. So it's actually the driver's responsibility or the trader's responsibility to test things out before they go live. And so once you're ready for live, for those that are looking to open a live account or looking for another broker, there's two brokers that we have relationships with. One's actually MB Trading. Those are for those people that are located in the U.S. And we also have relationships with FX Solutions, which is for people that are traders that are involved outside the U.S. Now, this doesn't mean you have to go with these guys, but I actually do some webinars for MB Trading. But if you're not, you want, well, a couple things you got to do if you're going to open an account is you want to do some background check on your broker, make sure they actually have funds to trade with, meaning that they can back your trades. It's like opening up a bank account. Okay, some people hate Wells Fargo, some people love them. Okay, if they have bad customer service, maybe you don't want to use those brokers, or maybe they have bad feeds, or you got to just test the waters out in the fact of relationship. It's just having a relationship with a bank is what a broker is. So for those that are looking to open a broker account or looking to go live, those are some brokers that we can help you open accounts with. But if there's another broker that you specifically have good relationships and you really like, if they're regulated with the NFA, or if they're not regulated with the NFA, or they have bigger leverage abilities, or they have certain things that you specifically like, that's fine. Okay, like I said, it's really your choice in what you want to do in what brokers you specifically work with. Okay, the next actual general rule that we have is statistics. Okay, so like I said before, everything's based on statistics. Magic is based on an actual universal concept or rule. So if you have statistics, if you look at the USDN, we talked about a trading opportunity, and I wasn't actually very excited about this opportunity, but I did mention about the daily trend is down, trading downwards, and so we're going to be looking for reasons to trade back into the trend, but the situation was kind of awkward. But if you did take that trade opportunity, you would actually be up quite a bit. We did talk about a breakout trade, so right around here, so you would be up maybe 80 points on this trade and maybe closed out already and taking some profits. So anyways, statistics, either trading back into the trend or the statistic of the trade working out in your favor, or also the fact there's different statistical ways to pursue the actual trading method that you may already have or established, and that's something you just want to know is the odds. Make sure it's something that is going to be favorable for your account and your best interests. Okay, number 5, you. Basically understanding you. Some people hate the USDN. Some people love the euro dollar because maybe it's a tight spread. You want to pick some markets that you specifically like, the way they behave, your history and your relationship with those pairs. Is kind of like a relationship. There's certain markets that you may fall in love with, and there's certain markets that you hate and you just don't want to have any because they're just, it's almost like you touch them, they bite you back. So understanding you in some of the markets, picking some favorites, and also education. Education, the fact that there's things that we're going to present in a room, and also in some other perspectives that we've actually expounded on, is continue education. We don't know where you're at as a person. Maybe you're new to Forex, maybe you're not. Maybe you have years of experience and just have bad habits. Maybe you're completely new and you just need to have some really good education to help you perceive the markets. For those that aren't consistent, typically they don't have any education behind the market, so they have no reason to be in the market, or they haven't done any trading at all, or testing per se. Then they're going to just get killed in the market. And obviously our interest is to see good results, an educational type of setting. And like I said, it's a lot harder to build something that is good and that actually works, and it's easier to put something together that doesn't work, if that makes any sense. So like I said, guys, I want you to understand that our interest is obviously to help you guys be educated and also benefit from some of the most important principles or concepts, and keep it within the actual circle that we have. Okay, so like I said, there's an understanding of these five major. So let's do a kind of a recap of what we talked about in the actual Magic rules. Number one, accountability. Okay, you got to be accountable. It doesn't matter if someone's doing something for you, you're still accountable on what actually happens. Okay, number two, with money management, understand, this is not something that's just going to make you rich overnight, but you may see results already. For those that have actually implemented Magic and they're happy, they understand the actual trading tool and they implement it correctly, and they have specific things that they like that they do. Number three is testing. Okay, this is something that a lot of people don't go through, or the phase of it is a testing phase to understand that it's very simple. But people think, okay, I just download Magic, now I make $1 million. Okay, it doesn't really work that way. I wish it did. But anyways, there's some things that you have to understand as an individual, that you're running a business. I mean, your trading accounts, everything is a business. There's things that have to run a certain way. There's a certain process to trade successfully and understand how to build an account. Okay, very simple. Number four, statistics. Whatever's going to create odds in your favor. So becoming more educated about the market in a fashion of what is understandable, of reasons why you're entering the market. So for instance, for those that understand George Soros or know George Soros, he was a famous individual that made $1 billion in one day, and known as breaking the banks of England, meaning that he wasn't paid out in one day. So that being said, he didn't just have a good cup of coffee. He understood and had a reason to be in the market and to invest into the Forex. Okay, so understand that there's ways to pursue the market in a fashion of understanding statistics, risks, and there's certain things that you can do as an individual to become a good trader. And Magic makes it a lot easier to become more of a professional trader very quickly. But again, it's more of the person that's behind the wheel. Okay, meaning that if you're a good driver or a bad driver. Also, number five, continue education. So maybe you like the euro dollar, or maybe you like the pound dollar. Okay, depending on how you like to do things. So continue education, understanding there's different trading styles that can be implemented. You can use Magic in multiple ways. So, like I said, there's some people are beginner traders, some people are advanced traders, but all we just know that we just got good feedback on Magic and how it's pursued and pursue the market. But those that are interested in continuing education, there's other benefits for those that are members, and understanding that what we're going to actually expound on in not only educational purposes, but in a company perspective as well. Okay, so we'll talk about those things a little bit later in another video or another webinar, how members are going to be able to take some benefits of what we're actually putting together, okay, for this section of the educational side. But those are the five main concepts as a recap. Like I said, hopefully you guys go through those phases and benefit from Magic's great programming and how it's actually been built, and hopefully, yeah, you see results, because that's exactly our interest, and hopefully you do see these things benefit you. Okay, so anyways, guys, like I said, look at those five major rules that we talked about in this webinar. See how they can be implemented to yourself. If you have any questions, feel free to email us, and if you're looking to go live, let us know and we can assist you there. And also some other upcoming events that are coming up. If you're going to be at the expo, let us know, and we'll see you soon. So anyways, guys, have a wonderful day, and we'll see you later.